It's Twizzlers Twists today on the candy aisle. Welcome, one and all. Hello. Thanks for joining me for another review. My name is Jeff, and today we have a review of Twizzlers Twists licorice flavored. That is right, the black licorice flavored Twizzlers Twists. We're going to finally look at these. Something I guess I've been putting off for a while. Why? It's black licorice. People have a very contentious relationship with black licorice. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm not one of those people who love it, so we'll leave it at that. I guess it's not something that I detest, but it is something I never seek out. So we're gonna give it a try, though. Oh my gosh, there's so much to say about black licorice, though, and Twizzlers in particular. So Twizzlers is actually it may be a Hershey company now. This is as you can see here, this is from Hershey's Canada, where I live in Canada. But it is a Hershey's company now. But Twizzlers originally is actually from the oldest American candy company, from Y&S or Young and Sally, I think. Industries, candies, maybe? Y&S Candies. 1845. They started out, or 1845, I think, is when they launched the Twizzlers candy. It's crazy. They've been around forever and ever. And then it wasn't until the 70s when they were acquired by Hershey's, and then merged with it. The company was acquired, then they merged officially with Hershey's in the 80s. So Twizzlers is a Hershey's product. Twizzlers started, as you might imagine, with this black licorice flavor. And then in the 60s, I believe, they started putting in new flavors, like strawberry and cherry, which obviously became very popular, as well as, a handful of others, grape, things like that. Strawberry is Twizzlers, like, far and away most popular flavor. 70% of the Twizzlers produced annually are strawberry flavored. And as you might imagine, those are technically not licorice, right? Quote unquote licorice. Those are licorice-like candies, even though we use licorice as a blanket term for all of these kind of, red vines or whatever kind of candies. They're not actually licorice. This is licorice because it has extract from the licorice plant. And yes, as you can see on the ingredients list here, they do have actual licorice extract right there. There's your nutrition facts for you guys and the ingredients. Which means it comes from the roots of the licorice, licorice plant. This is not a licorice-like product like anise or one of those other flavors that anise is kind of the most common one. It's another shrub that sort of is a Mediterranean plant, although it does grow in America, that has the same smell and a similar flavor, reportedly, I guess, to licorice. I'll say this. I know when I lived in San Francisco, I used to take I lived in the city, and then I took the Caltrain down to Redwood City, where I was, working in one of the tech companies down there. I would sometimes I would take the Caltrain, and I would sometimes go leave the city from the Bayshore station, which is like, I don't know, maybe the third. There's like 4th and King, and then the 22nd Street station. I think it's Bayshore is the next station. It's like the last station in the city before you leave the. It doesn't really matter. Beside the point. That station just like reeked of anise. Like, it was just growing wild all around that station. It made me crazy every time I had to go there. I think I went there. Why would I go there? I was like, I guess I would bike there, maybe. You know what? I can't remember. That was a few years ago I lived there. Anyway, anise and licorice as a smell really get under my skin. I'm not a big fan of it. And there may be reason for not liking it as well. Just real quickly, guys, I know I've already gone on a long time, but in 2017, the FDA in the United States put out a report suggesting that a chemical found in the root of the licorice plant, glycyrrhizin, something like that. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. May be linked with certain kinds of heart disease, and there have been, lawsuits against Hershey's for people who say that they've eaten too much black licorice, and it's contributed to health issues. So take that for what you will. Obviously, if you're concerned, do your own research. I would expect, not a doctor, but I would expect that in moderation, it's probably totally fine. But let's get into the actual licorice here. Just to note, last thing is that this has 0 trans fats, as noted here, and it is made in a peanut-free facility. I would not guarantee that is done everywhere, but at least for Hershey's Canada, I assume this is produced in Canada. Oh my gosh, that smell just hit me. Mississauga, Ontario. I know that's the Hershey's offices here. I don't know if they have a production facility. They're made in, I guess the Lancaster, Pennsylvania is where the Y&S company is from. I don't know what and where everything is produced nowadays for Twizzlers specifically. Or it's out of Hershey. It could be out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. I guess Lancaster is probably not too far away, right? I feel like they've got something down south, though, a facility down in, like, I don't know, Kansas or Tennessee, maybe. Anywho, standard Twizzlers Twist, which I guess means it should be hollow, right? But there it is. Licorice at its finest, with the rolled up twist, right? Where they twist it to get that nice spiral look. It looks good. Smells, like licorice, like black licorice. Very distinctive smell. If for some reason you're not familiar with the licorice smell. And the licorice plant been used medicinally for like literally thousands of years. Also found in many alcohols, including like actual beers, apparently. I don't know if I've ever had a licorice beer. I think they're around though. I think I've seen them. I don't think I would go out of my way for it. This is pretty good. I gotta be honest. It's very sweet. And the consistency is just as good as the red licorice that I'm used to eating from Twizzlers. Honestly, even the flavor is not bad. Like, I'll have a Sambuca or an Ouzo. Is that how you say it? Ouzo, the Greek liqueur. Those are both licorice flavored. Liqueurs every once in a while. The flavor is not terrible. It really isn't. It's actually kind of subtle here. I mean, I feel like every once in a while I've gotten like, I mean this in the best of ways, but like a higher end licorice, black licorice. And it doesn't sit quite as well with me. This tastes very sweet, very candy-like. I prefer that. I feel like this is a pretty accessible kind of black licorice. And to be fair, if you're walking the candy aisle, like, you're probably not seeing a ton of different kinds of black licorice. Yes, at most, higher end grocery stores, of course, you're going to be able to find something that's maybe a better quality black licorice. But I think it's probably fair to say that this is not the highest quality. And yet still, it's pretty decent. Anyway, I think it's good. I think that if you guys like black licorice, I don't know. Do you like this? Maybe I'm missing the boat here. Like, in my estimation, black licorice is not the best. So maybe I like this because it's not so typical of black licorice, or because it tastes kind of cheap. But if you're a black licorice fan, do you think that these are good? Or do you think that this is just, the sort of the layman's version of your favorite candy? Because people who love black licorice definitely have an opinion on that. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Twizzlers Twist. They're all right for what they are. I'm not going to seek them out, but I actually don't mind this as much as I thought I was going to. I really thought I was going to have trouble even eating just one of these things, and it's not bad. It really isn't. It's not turning me around on black licorice overall, but it's not bad. I'll give it that. Walking the Candy Aisle is going to rate the Twizzlers Twist black licorice flavor. I'll rate it a 4 out of 5. It does what it's trying to do, and I think it does it well. Well enough, at least. Anyway, that's my take. Why don't you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.